Arctic warning, the scientists have found that a large and unusual hole has opened up in the ozone layer above the Arctic and the North Pole. According to what European Space Agency has found, it's an unusual hole in the ozone layer over the Arctic. The satellites of the Europeans have revealed this. The ozone layer typically form over the Antarctic and the Arctic, and the southern hemisphere, the Antarctic of course, but scientists have noticed an unusual hole in the ozone layer above the Arctic this year. Even though the Antarctic is healing up, the Arctic is having a problem now. Data from the European Space Agency's ESA Copernicus Sentinel-5P found a sharp decrease in ozone levels over the upper echelons of the northern hemisphere. Scientists from the German Aerospace Center DLR noticed unusually strong depletion of the ozone, something which is not usually associated with Arctic. Mini ozone holes sporadically appear in the ozone above the Arctic before this, but the team stated that they've seen nothing on this scale in previous years. The researchers said the strong ozone depletion is down to unusually cold conditions in the atmosphere, including freezing temperatures in the stratosphere, causing the hole to grow larger. According to the research, freezing and powerful winds flowing around the North Pole trapped cold air within what is known as the polar vortex. And when the polar winter ended and the first sunlight hit, polar winters can see up to 4 months of night at the atmosphere in months, and it triggered a reaction which caused the ozone to deplete. The German Aerospace Center specialist Diego Loyola said the ozone hole we observe over the Arctic this year has a maximum extension of less than 1 million square miles. He said this is small compared to the Antarctic, which can reach a size of about 20 to 25 million square kilometers. I made a mistake. It's not million miles. It's square kilometers. So the Antarctic ozone opening is 20 times bigger. Klaus Denner of the ESA Copernicus Sentinel-5P satellite, the mission manager, said the Tropomi total ozone measurements are exceeding Europe's capability of the continual global ozone monitoring from space since 1995. He said, in this time, we have not witnessed any ozone hole formation for this size over the Arctic. Scientists discovered the ozone layer, particularly over the Antarctic region, as far up Australia, was depleted in the 1970s. The ozone layer is the layer of the atmosphere which sits about 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface, and it protects us and our life from ultraviolet radiation from the sun, of course. And as the ozone layer begins to thin, more life forms, including us humans, are exposed to stronger UV light and solar rays, which of course increase the likelihood of cancer. So the researchers put the re-strengthening of the ozone layer down to the 1987 Montreal Protocol, which was an international treaty banning chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, and other ozone-depleting substances like ODSs, which were found to be weakening the atmospheric layer. So, the extreme cold over the stratosphere in that place could be causing this. The polar vortex, as I said. This is by Sean Martin on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.